Kamusta na kayo?
Hola, hola, everyone.
What's good, everybody? My name is Nico Blitz.
And my name is Jackie Ramirez.
And this is the Mexipino podcast, episode 22.
22. Double deuce.
Yeah, double deuce. Just like the one that I took in the morning.
Ew. I don't think they know. As soon as I said that, I was just like, he's going to make like a shit joke.
Well, you're the one who said double deuce.
Yeah.
Who calls 2022 double deuce?
First off, I didn't call it 2022 double deuce. I just called this episode 22.
Because what the
heck? Babe, are you okay?
Oh God,
are you like on one already?
No. Well, I need this coffee to kick in. That's what I need.
Okay.
Yeah, we're recording this.
We did not talk about the year at all in that like 1 minute.
Well, so because I was thinking like it's also another Hallmark episode because year 2022, and I'm like, okay, cool, 2022.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't, and none of the listeners know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, all I know is Jackie's wearing a 2020 LA Champions Born and Raised shirt. This is not an ad. I think it's just a nice shirt.
But hey, Born and Raised, if you want your girl to wear your stuff, let me know.
Yeah. And speaking of LA, Jackie's actually super happy right now, and I'm actually super sad. Despite the fact that the Warriors are the 2022 NBA champions, Juan Toscano Anderson is officially with the Lakers, my friends.
Yeah, we got GT.
So I'm going to do an applause for Jackie.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to do a sad noise
for you.
For myself.
Oh, you know what this is, babe?
Oh my God. She has the little violin.
It's the world's smallest violin.
The world's smallest violin playing in her fingers right now.
It was really cool because, you know, if for those of you guys who don't know Juan Toscano Anderson, he's part Mexican. And it was really, really cool because he actually took the trophy and met the Mexican president.
Yeah. And
that was super, super cool. Like, I felt like that was like a really cool, like, you know, win for us. We have a Mexican on the Lakers, so I know he's going to get hella love from the fan base, you know, because predominantly a lot of us are Latinos here in LA.
Well, that's why it was also super cool during All-Star Weekend where he had a custom jersey that is, you know, Mexican inspired. So, fun fact, I forgot who told me this, but I think it was Cook, our friend DJ Cook Beats. But he said that his friend was actually the one who made the jersey.
Ooh. Now I know who to hit up.
Yeah, right. Look, I kind of want one if there's like a Filipino thing on it, right?
No, legit. That jersey was really nice.
Yeah.
I think I told you, I was like, that's probably the only Warriors jersey I would wear.
Well, I mean, also it was a one of one, so you could like never get a copy of it. But, you know, I think Cook was telling me, and, you know, I obviously could be wrong, but this is all just hearsay. But, you know, initially... And this happens with me too when it comes to like the Filipino thing. But initially, I guess Juan did not want to put like, he did not want to be labeled as like the Mexican basketball player or, you know, like the basketball player of Mexico. Because at the end of the day, he and like a lot of us just see him as a basketball player.
Yeah.
But I think when wearing that jersey, what it eventually meant to him was that, you know what, like, I can represent an entire country, and he is willing to put that entire country on his back because, you know, I'm sure there are a lot of people from Mexico who would love to play in the NBA and even more so would love to be an NBA champion. So, you know.
I mean, it's I get it. I understand the like, okay, I don't want to be, you know, labeled as the sole, like, you know, Mexican, and being even just part Mexican, you're still Mexican in my book.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not see it that way, and most people will see it that way. But I think the fact that he understood, okay, I can use my heritage, my background as, you know, an inspiration for others, I think is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way about one of these basketball players named Jalen Green. Do you know who Jalen Green is, babe?
Yeah, I know who Jalen Green is.
Yeah, so Jalen Green, for people who don't know, he is the shooting guard on the Houston Rockets, and he's part Filipino.
Part Filipino.
Yeah.
I think we talked about Jalen Green a few episodes back. But that, yeah, it goes back to, like, you know, we talked about, I think when we were talking about Jalen Green and we posted a clip about him, or we talked about the first Filipino basketball player.
Yes.
And a lot of people were saying like, oh, well, Jalen Green doesn't count because he's only part Filipino. And it's like, okay,
hey,
you
man,
know, look. And then a lot of people can say the same about Juan. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's the player who takes on that role.
Yeah.
And if they want to take it on, no one's forcing them to take it on. However, they can use it as an inspiration to others.
Exactly. It kind of reminds me of the what was the movie on Netflix that we just watched with Adam Sandler being like this coach?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, look it up.
Literally, we just saw it.
We just watched it. And by the way, if you guys know exactly what we're talking about, it is absolutely a phenomenal hustle. Phenomenal. But yeah, it's a phenomenal movie. And basically, Adam Sandler plays the coach of, who was it?
He plays a scout.
He plays a scout for the Knicks?
I want to say it's the Knicks. Yes, I think it's the Knicks.
No. It was Detroit. I think it was Detroit. Jesus Christ. Sure. Clearly we only watched the plot of the movie but didn't pay attention to the actual teams. But, regardless, the basketball player that they got, I believe it was Juan Hernan Gomez. Mm-hmm. But he basically represented for his entire country. And, even though I can't relate to Juan Hernan Gomez, obviously, because of, my race and whatnot, and my culture, but I think when it comes down to it, the fact that someone is able to represent a group of people and chooses to do it at the same time is just a good thing. Like, shout out to Rosalind, who we still need on the podcast, by the way.
Rosalind, if you're listening.
But, she's the one who actually told me, like, hey, by the way, this guy, Jalen Green, he's actually part Filipino. I said, bet. I mean, I don't have a Jalen Green jersey or anything, but it's like, I'm happy to see that we are slowly implementing people of Filipino descent and also of Mexican descent into the NBA.
It really is cool. And I think actually there's I think it's the first time there was not the first time, but there was a full Filipino basketball player drafted this year, wasn't it?
You know what? Let me go check on that. Filipino player drafted in NBA.
Sure there was. But like I said, going back to it, and I know Juan is also from the Bay too. He's from Oakland, right?
Yes.
I think it's super cool how we both have, a tie with Juan because you're obviously from the Bay. You love the Warriors and you love basketball. And I used to love basketball, and clearly I'm wearing a shirt that has that's repping the Lakers, but I think I stopped after Kobe left, and it's because I didn't really know. And even if, example, let's say Juan, I didn't meet you, or I didn't have any interest towards basketball. The fact that I know that Juan Toscano is part Mexican, I would have been like, you know what, I'll watch a game because, that inclines people to want to watch,
For sure. And, if we bring it back to the Dodgers, for example, right? I'm not sure. I think from the outside looking in, a lot of people would label the Dodgers as a Mexican team.
As a very heavy Latino-based team.
Team, yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. But she's right. Yeah, a Latino-based team.
Yeah, because we do have different, countries being represented. And it's really cool. It's really cool to see that, because then also what I really, really, really love about working with the Dodgers is the fact that we have so many heritage nights.
Yeah.
We have obviously our Mexican heritage nights, which are amazing. We have which when that happens, I feel so happy. It just makes me happy. We have Filipino heritage night. You experienced that last year.
So cool.
Filipinos go hard for the Dodgers.
I honestly, so when I first moved to LA, and I'm just like, where the hell are all the Filipinos? And then I finally DJ Filipino Heritage Night at Dodger Stadium back in 2021. I was like, this is where all the Filipinos are.
And then we also have Korean Heritage Night.
Yeah, Japanese.
We have Japanese Heritage Night. And then also too, one of my coworkers, she's Korean. Last year was her first year working for the Dodgers. And she brought hella Korean snacks for all of us to try. Lit. She was so happy. Japanese Heritage Night. I mean, I'm not Japanese, but I know about the culture. Yeah. And it makes me happy, I think this year we're actually doing an Italian Heritage Night.
Oh, that's lit.
Super, super interesting. And, okay. So yeah, I think that's what's in the works right now. So it's going to happen later on in the season. But the fact that we're so inclusive, and when sports teams do that, it makes you want to go and watch, whether you like sports or not.
Yeah.
It makes you as just a person of culture and heritage, you want to go.
For sure. Because, I remember growing up and going to sports games and, I think a lot of us would just go and watch. And there weren't Filipino heritage nights. There weren't Mexican heritage nights, Japanese heritage nights, so on and so forth. So when you're a sports organization and you realize, there's a couple things that come with this, right?
Yeah.
Obviously you get more of a cultural fan base, which obviously leads to more money. But B, and this big B, this big ass B is the most important thing, is that you make all these people feel represented.
Yeah.
You make these people feel like you care. And, I think at the end of the day, I believe that this world is going to end up being like this South Park episode where everyone is just one culture, because everyone's just crossbred so much.
Yeah.
But for the time being, let's represent for the Koreans, let's represent for the Japanese, the Mexicans, the Philippines, everyone of every single freaking race in any of your sports organizations.
Yeah.
Going back to it though. So the first Filipino, or rather he would have been the first ever homegrown Filipino in the NBA, Kai Soto, he actually fell short of being drafted this year.
Oh, see, I thought he was drafted.
No, he was, his name was in the pot.
Oh.
His name was in the pot.
Dang.
Yeah. but at the end of the day.
Does he still have a shot for next year's draft, or is his age
So,
because I think you have to be only 21, right? At least 20 or up until 21.
You have to at least play 1 year of college, 1 or 2 years of college. But 30 teams passed on Soto in the annual draft, which saw Paolo Banchero and Chet Holmgren at number 1 and number 2. Yeah, those guys were on fire.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, they were definitely on fire. But regardless of the step, going undrafted is simply a detour for the sorts of Soto, a journey that began in the junior NBA program in 2015 and took him to the Australia's National Basketball League last year. So he still plays for the Australia NBA or NBL, and his dad was actually a PBA veteran, which is the Philippine Basketball Association.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, there's a lot of history that comes with this guy.
Yeah.
And I hope he's the first. If he's not the first,
there will be many more opportunities
exactly
for that to open up the door for
him. But I think the fact that there's already talks is a good thing.
The fact that his name was already just in the pot to know to be there. That's really cool.
One of my cousins in the Philippines, shouts out to my Kuya Marvin, this man wasted a gift.
Why?
Because this man is 6'10", and he sucks at basketball.
I'm sick. You have a family member that tall?
He's huge.
What happened?
I looked
to the rest of the family.
I don't know. He's literally a freak of nature when it comes to our family's height.
Are his parents tall?
No.
So what?
I think I'm taller than his dad.
I'm very confused.
And so I'm over here Kuya, you are an anomaly and you wasted your height. You literally could have been in the PBA shooting threes or being a center or something, bro.
I feel like being that tall is such an inconvenience though. I heard that tall people actually have horrible balance.
Well, so I think about this all the time.
But then again, I'm short and I have horrible balance.
That's what I'm saying. See, I think let me get to it though. So I talk about this with DJ Kizza all the time, especially when we DJ. So I feel like I'm the perfect height for DJing because I don't have to crunch over too much. And, when the DJ booth is leveled nicely, I just have to stand straight. And whereas for someone like you, babe, who's 5 foot, more than likely you'd probably have to get a milk carton or something, like an apple box to stand on.
I've actually had to use apple boxes before, and it's funny, but even when it comes to hosting, when I host, I text all our behind the scenes like crew who picks contestants or who like the interviews or whatever. And I asked them like, hey, can you pick like contestants either like, you know, 5'2" to like 5'6", because that's like a normal height. Because one time they picked like this huge ass dude who was like, I want to say maybe like 6'2".
Oh my goodness.
And he was a big guy too. And so like people are looking at us on the screen and I'm over here like holding up the mic like, yeah, like I'm over here, like I look like an ant next to him.
Oh my
So
God.
I like made it a point where it's like, hey, if you guys can like get me people that like contestants that are like from this height to this height, that'd be great. Like because I don't want it to look awkward.
Yeah, I get you. Because
And I can't carry an apple box around the stadium.
I mean, you could.
I mean, but I don't want to.
But I'm saying you absolutely could if you really wanted to. If you had to. Because I remember seeing you, you were on camera, and I think you were maybe hosting with Dave Styles or something, or somebody, and like the height difference was just crazy.
Yeah, but like now we like figure out ways how to make it look good.
You got to step forward, huh?
No.
Oh.
we just find something we can lean against on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
That
when
works.
I'm hosting with any of the other women that I host with, like we're all pretty much the same height, so it works out. But when I'm hosting with the guys, like there's a bit of a height difference. But it's nothing like too crazy.
So ladies and fellas, let's verify this right now. The perfect height for you, for a guy, when you're in a relationship, your girl has to cup in right under here, right underneath your chin, so that if you guys hug, when you guys hug, rather, as soon as you do this, your head will rest on her head.
Is that how you determined our relationship?
1,000%.
I'm sick. I will say, like, it is like kind of like weird if like a guy's like super tall. To me, it's weird if a guy is super tall because then I feel like a freaking child. Like, you know how when you feel like when a kid hangs onto your hand with just the one finger? That's how I feel. I'm like, nah, this isn't going to work.
I'm not going to lie. I do that to you sometimes, though, just out of, like, fun.
I know you do it to me. I know. I noticed it. And I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll go with it.
Like, yo, I'll literally, like, walk around sometimes, and if I just don't feel like actually holding her hand, I'll just, like, grab her, like, pointer finger.
My finger, and I do it. I walk around with it like that, too. Yo, de pendeja, I do it.
What did you say?
I said, I'm like me being a dumbass, I still do it.
Oh, my God. Relationships. I really had something that I was going to follow up with, but I totally forgot what it was. It's okay. At one point, so I actually dated this girl like back in high school, but I knew for a fact it wouldn't work out because her eye level was synonymous to mine.
That's hella funny because, okay, I dated a guy in high school who was the same height as me. Yeah, that shit was weird. It was really weird.
And you're 5 foot.
Yeah. And I used to be like 4'11". So imagine that. And I was just like, and it was one of those, I don't give a shit if he hears this.
Oh, God.
This was one of like those petty, like, not petty, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, when you
were with him out of pettiness?
No, out of pity. Out of pity.
Oh my God. So you were with this guy out of pity?
I was
because he was short?
No, not because he was short. Because a lot of our friends, we had a lot of the same friends because he was on the baseball team and I was on the softball team. And like,
what did he play? Shortstop?
He played second base.
Okay, the joke went over your head. I know,
but it's fine.
That's fucked up.
But anyway, I just didn't want to acknowledge the joke. But anyway, a lot of our friends were the same because we were both on the baseball and softball team. And then they were all like, oh, Jackie, he likes you. I never I was like, I'm okay. Like, you know, and they're like, just go on a date with him. I'm like, I'm okay.
Was his first words to you, what's up, shorty?
I'm sick. But that whole thing was weird, and then I broke up with him. Out of like, I think I did it over text.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yo, you know they're really not fucking with you if they break up with you over text.
I think I've ended like a couple things over text because
you're shady.
I'm not shady. How's that shady? I didn't want to It was more like I felt bad, so I was just like, yeah, I don't care. I didn't care about it, so
over text.
Yeah, is that bad?
That's horrible. That means you didn't give an absolute fuck about the relationship.
I just didn't give a fuck in general.
Wow. Can you guys rate the shade level from like 1 to 100? 100 being low, and then you could go to 1,000 if you want.
Wait, is that really bad?
That's shady.
Oh, I did it like I've been like not like well like relationships and then people that like I've dated. I'm just like I just like send them a text like you know what I'm okay thanks.
Oh, so it was more like a date or it was like a full on relationship?
No, the dude that I was with in high school it was literally like 5 months, I think. I don't know.
But what were you dating or
no,
was
we
it
were
like,
in a relationship and I broke up with him over text.
See, if you were dating someone, like if it was like a, I don't know, like a 2-week fling or something, then it tastes like, all right, whatever. No, I'm not fucking with you. 5 months, babe.
I think. I honestly don't even know. Like, no. Honestly, I don't even know. And then there was this guy that, like, tried dating me in high school, and, like, I was just, like, kind of creeped out by him. So I was just like, I'm okay, thank you. And, like, I literally said, I was like, you know what?
This ain't it.
I don't think we're going to be good.
This ain't it, pal.
Yeah, but he's engaged now, so shout out to him.
Oh, shouts out to him for being engaged. You know.
Actually, wait.
Oh.
Yeah, the one that I like broke up with over text, he actually has a kid now and is engaged. So shout out.
Okay.
To you. Also, fuck you too. He put.
Oh my god. What?
Yeah, I'll do that because that guy. Oh, I just forgot. You know what? Fuck it. He deserves all this shit. Tony, if you're watching this, screw you because he put me on blast on. You remember those Transformation Tuesdays on social media?
Yeah.
Okay, because I broke up with him, he was hella fucking hurt, and he put a picture of like us like on Twitter. He put hashtag Transformation Tuesday. He put a picture of us and then another solo picture of him.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up. Shout out to my sister-in-law, Denise, though, because she came to, like, my defense on social media, and she was all like, she goes, wow, you're such a bitch for that, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, she went off on him, and then everybody hated me because I broke up with him, but I was like, did y'all not just see this man, like, roast me on social media?
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so, like, I lost a lot of friends because of that, too. So, you know what, Tony Valdez, fuck you. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
Let's take a moment of silence for the death of the verbal death of Tony Valdez.
Yeah, fuck you.
I kind of hope you watch this and, I don't know, get a kick. I don't know.
Actually, his real name is Juan. Juan Antonio Valdez. Fuck you, bro. Yeah.
This is the guy that you were talking about previously who's like engaged or whatever?
Yeah, he's engaged now. Oh. And his girl, like his fiance, she gave me like hella death stares at prom. I was like, girl, I'm with my friends. Like, you're with him. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
You still follow this guy?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't followed him for like fucking years. But like I followed his fiance for a bit because her and I were cool. But then like she like fucking went apeshit and I was like, okay, never mind.
So, question, babe. Question. Is it okay to follow your ex on social media?
No. Not at all.
No? A hard no?
A hard no. They're an ex. Why do you still need to follow them? Why do you still need to, know what they're doing? I don't have exes. I have Ys. That's why the fuck did I date you? But I don't think you should follow any of your exes. I'm a big fan of blocking too. I'll block you. I don't care. I'm being serious.
No, but I've never seen this. I've never seen this energy from you. This shit is so funny. I'm like, I don't even know how to describe how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like just shook. Like I've never seen this energy before.
You genuinely look shook too.
I am. I'm very shook. Wow. All right. Well.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think you should follow your ex?
I mean, I don't think you should follow your ex, but I think if you do And as long as it's just like completely cordial and you're not just like, you know, like checking up or anything or whatever, like I think it's fine. Like there's obviously certain people who I don't follow back. But some people I'm just like cordial with and it's like cool and it's like, all right, cool. Like, you know.
Do you still follow any of your exes?
I mean, I follow like a couple, but it's like
You do?
but I don't like check up on them or anything.
Who are they?
I'm not okay, we're not gonna go through this.
I don't want to go through it. Does the fan base want to go through it? I'll go through it.
No, I don't think we're gonna go through this.
I don't follow any of my exes. No, I don't.
No, that's fine.
Interesting.
And if you do, it's fine. I'm not tripping. By the way, this is not scripted, y'all. This is like in real life time. Like we're talking about this shit.
Nico's like genuinely scared right now.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I asked the question, I said this is just gonna get fucking tossed back to me.
It is.
So y'all see that we're opening up a can of whoop ass right now.
Yep, we are. And guess what? I find out everything.
Oh God.
I find out everything.
But hey, shout out to your ex.
Don't I find out everything?
Yes, babe. But shout out to your ex for getting married, and shouts out to a lot of exes.
I don't want to shout them out.
Well, shout out to people who are just getting married in general. Shout out to our boy James.
I don't know where mine's at.
Oh God! Shout out to my boy James Andre Jefferson Jr. He won Netflix's The Circle season 3, and he's also a huge with your dumbass, and he's a huge TikTok and Instagram comedian. But James is actually getting married in August.
Ooh, yeah, he's getting married at. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I don't even know where. I just know the.
It's actually going to be a very exclusive wedding. So he's actually one of the first people to have this venue because it just opened up.
Wow.
Yeah, so you and I are actually going to be one of the first people to hop in on this wedding as well.
Nice.
So shouts out to James. But there was actually and Brittany too. Brittany Brown. It's funny because if James ended up taking Brittany's last name, it would be James Brown.
That's hella funny. Does he want to hyphenate?
So I think what's going to end up happening is that Brittany is actually going to, and James, if you're listening, please like correct us. But I think what's going to happen is that Brittany is going to take her current last name, Brown. She's going to hyphenate her mom's maiden name, and then basically make that her middle name, and then get Jefferson at the end of her name. So it'll be James something Brown Jefferson.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Not James.
Jesus Christ. Brittany something Brown Jefferson.
I respect it. I feel like a lot of more recently now, a lot of couples are either not even taking the last name.
What?
Some men are taking their female partner's last names, or they'll just hyphenate.
Is that a thing? Because traditionally, men would women would rather generally take the last name of the guy. But how do you feel about men possibly taking the woman's last name in this situation?
I think it's it depends on the couple, because I know if when that time comes for us, I know you obviously wouldn't want to take my last name.
I mean, my last name's Fire.
Yeah. I know you wouldn't want to. You know how many fucking Ramirez's there are in the world? There's so many.
There's Ramirez. There's De Los Santos. There's
Garcia. There's
Sanchez.
There's what else? There's hella. The Barreras. There's
hence and therefore, Trey Infante would be a fire last name to move forward with.
And personally, I don't think I would want to hyphenate my last name if I wanted to get married. I would just take on your last name.
Okay.
But keep my middle name, obviously.
Yeah. So y'all let us know. Let us know. Is it okay if men take the last name of the wife, of the bride?
Yeah. But it also brings up interesting point this wedding talk, because I went to the studio where Nico records the radio show with Kev and James, and I saw James. Not
Kevin James, but
Kev and
bootleg
James.
Kev and James.
Yes. But I saw James looking at wedding bands.
Yeah.
And it brought up the conversation because I was looking at him, look at the wedding bands that he wanted. So I said, "Oh, are you going to buy it? Or is Brittany going to buy it for you?" His fiance. And he goes, "No, I'm going to buy it." So I always thought that the female or the person that you're proposing to would buy the wedding band for you.
Okay, so let me just get that clear first. So if let's say hypotheticals, right? So
Yes.
I propose to you.
Yes.
So I'm required to buy the wedding ring and also the band?
No. So what I'm saying is, if you propose to me,
Okay.
and you obviously get me an engagement ring,
Okay.
you can either buy the engagement ring and the wedding band.
Okay.
Some people buy their own wedding band, but I would like to buy you your wedding band. But I guess a lot of guys buy their own wedding band, and I didn't know that. I always thought like I would have to buy it for you.
Oh, okay. So as opposed to like ourselves buying our own wedding bands, we would buy each other wedding bands, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know. Do you agree with that? Like, if you were to propose to me, I have to buy your wedding band and you buy my wedding band.
I mean, honestly, I feel pretty indifferent about the way I would go about it. So like if you and I had a mutual agreement that like, hey, like let's buy each other wedding bands, like I'd be cool with it. But also if we both decided like, hey, like let's just buy our own individual wedding bands, like I'd be cool with that too. I think if it came down to preference, like real preference, like if I were to really lean on one or the other, I think just based off how you and I's relationship is, I think I would prefer like us exchanging wedding bands.
Wedding bands. Yeah. Okay. Because then that's how I felt too. And then I asked a couple of my friends, and a lot of them said like, oh, I'd buy my own wedding band. But I was like, what if your partner wants to pitch in for it? Would you let them?
Okay, but that's like having like a joint bank account type situation. It's like, oh, well, we're gonna pay for each other's anyway. Type of, you know what I mean? It's
but like I said, if you were to like propose to me, I would want to buy your wedding band.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Know? Yeah, that's totally fair.
And I would want you to buy like obviously like the engagement ring and the wedding band.
I just want an all black one or something.
I like it when like guys' wedding bands have like at least a little bit of diamonds in it. Like they can have like 2 like diamonds or like nice little small row of diamonds.
Yeah, or you could just get an Amazon joint.
Then we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I noticed that a lot of couples that now though they wear like rubber bands in substitute, and then when they actually like go out like fancy events, they wear their wedding.
See, I think that's okay too, because you know, considering like I'm a mobile DJ and everything, like I wouldn't want to. First of all, I'm not a ring person. I don't wear rings.
Yeah, but you're wearing a ring when we get married.
No, yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Yes, 1,000%. But like in that situation, because I'm still like a mobile DJ and everything, and I'm always like, you know, like doing stuff with my hands. That's why I don't like wearing rings. But like I would prefer to wear like a rubber wedding band versus like something real, because the likelihood of that getting messed up is a lot greater. And then just wear the actual wedding band like for a special, like, like when we go out. Yeah, like when I'm not lifting like crazy shit or anything. Honestly, I'm gonna be like, I'm telling everyone right now, I'm gonna be fucking annoying the day that Nico proposes, because literally I'll be like, you know, I'll just have my hand all over my face so everyone can see the ring at all times. I fucking would show that shit off. I would like be like this in everybody's face, like, oh, by the way, did you know I'm engaged? I'm engaged. I'm married, by the way. You know what we should ask on well, we're gonna get into like one of these new segments like later on, y'all, but like we should ask on the Instagram stories like bachelor and bachelorette stories. Ooh, or like do's and don'ts of bachelorettes and bachelor parties? Well, more so like if we could just like you know, like relay somebody's story because they shared it with us. You know what I mean? Like that would be pretty freaking cool. Yeah. But yeah, we did want to get into like a couple more segments as well, y'all. So because of time, do you want to go over the IG Anonymous first? Yeah. So we wanted to kind of start a new segment on here called IG Anonymous Confessions. And the way that we do that is we posted a link on our Instagram story. So if you guys don't follow us on Instagram, go ahead and follow us at Mexipino Podcast. And you guys can submit your wild stories, your wildest secrets, and it's all anonymous. And we just want to react to your stories and possibly get, you know, everybody's, you know,
feedback and like just genuine reactions on like social media too, but nobody knows who you are. So we got a couple confessions that are pretty wild. And we want to, I've seen them because I'm the one that posted it. But Nico hasn't, so I kind of want to get his reaction.
I haven't seen anything. So the first post that we did in regards to these IG anonymous confessions were just straight up random confessions, and Jackie's going to share them right now.
Yeah, so confession number 1 on IG anonymous confessions. Had sex on my bed, then gave my mom the sheets to wash the next day. She knew nothing about it and still doesn't know to this day.
Oh, that's crazy.
Look, if you grown enough to have sex, you grown enough to wash your own sheets. Dog, why are you giving your mom the sheets? That is so bad.
Mom was over here like bringing it to the washer and looking at you know that Adam Sandler. The Adam Sandler meme from Waterboy, where the mom like pulls up the sheets and there's nothing but piss. Man, mom must have seen a whole bunch of stains on that.
I really hope this person's mom didn't see anything. They probably like crumbled up the sheets and were just like, "Mom, can you wash this?" Dog, wash your own damn sheets.
Probably couldn't even crumple it up because it was just so like stiff.
Ew. Dog, if you're grown enough to have sex, you're grown enough to wash your own sheets.
Oh, God.
All right. Should we go into the next one?
Yeah, go into the next one.
All right. This one's kind of long.
That's what she said.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Anonymous confession number 2. I've never told anyone this, but my mom slept with her uncle and had me. No one in the family knows that I'm his daughter until recently when my grandpa passed away because of a heart attack. And he found letters that my mom used to send to her uncle. Now everyone is saying that I'm the devil's curse and I officially got shunned from the family. Yo, what? I didn't think that it was going to be this, like... I feel like a priest where I can't say anything bad and be like... This
needs to be like a telesario or something.
This sounds like the beginning of like a telenovela.
Yes. Like, whoever you are, you need to pitch your life story to HBO or something. That's crazy.
Hit up Telemundo. They'll make something out of that. That shit's wild.
It actually sounds like a Telemundo that you and your parents were watching.
What? Which one?
I remember over quarantine, you and your parents were watching this one specific
La Reina del Sur. Yeah, I remember which one. But it's like kind like...
Wait, what's it called again?
La Reina del Sur. The Queen of the South. But yeah, that was wild.
To find out that your uncle is also your dad.
I'm kind of... I don't even know how to react to that, to be honest. Like, I can't even say anything.
This is an ineffable situation.
It really is. I wonder how everybody in the car is like listening or watching us right now, like reacting to that. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, can you imagine? Like, imagine this. I don't know how that news got spread to the family.
Well, because the grandpa passed away because of a heart attack, because he found the love letters that her mom used to write to the uncle. That's wild.
So can you imagine, y'all?
So it was probably like
your grandfather passed away because your grandfather found out that his kids, aka your mom and your uncle, had sex.
No. But it could also be like the mom's brother-in-law.
That wasn't stated. It could also be the mom's straight up biological brother.
Holy shit. There's so many things to digest here.
I don't want to digest any. I want to throw up.
This is so interesting.
Mind you, we don't know if this is like valid. We don't know if this is like 1,000% real. We don't know if it's 99%. Like, it could be fake, but like the fact that someone even concocted this story, if it is fake, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, bro.
You're a great storyteller.
You're an absolute great story. Hence and therefore, you should pitch your story to HBO Max. You feel me?
Telemundo. That's wild.
So yeah,
so that's IG Anonymous Confessions for today. If you guys want to submit your wild secrets, your crazy stories, you know, something that you want to confess that, like, you know, your mom, your dad doesn't know, you just like think it's freaking wild, just go ahead and keep an eye on our Instagram stories. Yeah, and or actually you can click the link in our bio and then it'll say like IG Anonymous.
Oh, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. See? Good job. Good job. I was gonna tell you to do that, but good job that you went ahead of it. Do you have any crazy stories? Crazy confessions?
No.
Mind you, this is not even anonymous.
No. I don't have any crazy stories. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so either. I have embarrassing stories.
Oh, go ahead. What's an embarrassing story? What is your top embarrassing story of life?
I wouldn't say of life. I would say I wouldn't say of life. It's like my most embarrassing childhood story.
Okay.
It's like so in elementary school we had this one teacher who was like a theater teacher, and it was in 2nd grade. And throughout the year we would not only like learn, but we do plays. Yeah. At different adaptations of plays. And we did the Wizard of Oz one year, and I was Toto the dog.
Jackie played Toto the dog.
Yeah, but then like Glenda the Good Witch like gave me powers to talk, so then I was Toto the talking dog.
So this totally didn't even follow along suit with the actual storyline, because that dog did not talk at all.
No, but then I played a part in it. So like that's why I say we play like different adaptations to the plays and stories and movies and whatever. So yeah. Yeah, I play, and then there was this one, but that's not even the most embarrassing part. We would go to like different schools and perform, and we went to another school and we had a whole production. The whole production was us kids. So we had costume people, like, and so I went off to the side to put on the dog costume, but the kids who were like putting on the costume for me accidentally put it on backwards. And so the tail wasn't in the back, it was in the front, and it was a small tail. So I had a wiener for like...
You had a stub?
Yeah, I had a stub for like, I would say maybe about like 30 minutes straight until I came off stage and had to change into something else. And then I...
Oh, so you performed with the stub in front of you for 30 minutes? Yes, because
I didn't know. I didn't know.
So who pointed it out?
I did when I got off to the side of the stage, because I had to change out of my costume into like another thing for like a little dance segment or like a little performance segment.
Yeah.
Because while like in between, since there was different scenes of the play, in between the scenes, the like second group of people would go out and perform like a little quick like 3-minute set.
Okay.
And I was part of that too. So then like I had to change out, and then I looked down and I like pulled the thing open. I was like, wait, this part's the Velcro's supposed to be in the back.
Oh, that's so shady of your homies to like not say anything antage. That's crazy.
And then we built the set too. We were like kids. We were in 2nd grade. We built the set. We had like stage hands. We had the costumes. It was actually really, really cool. So if you were in Mr. Ramos's class, like you were like the shit.
Yeah, Ramos, another very familiar last name to the Filipino and Mexican community. I digress.
He always wore a trench coat, like a black trench coat.
Oh, that's low-key creepy.
No, but like he was pretty cool. He was like a lot of people didn't like him because he was pretty mean, but it's because if he didn't like you, it's because you were like an annoying kid.
I get that. I've had a couple teachers like that.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't an embarrassing story that happened to me, but this was just a very unfortunate situation. So, damn, who was the teacher? It wasn't Vazali. Shout out to Reardon High School. Isola. It was Mr. Isola, I believe, or someone. Anyways, so this was in math class, and I'm sitting in front of my friend Steven Sabaquit. Shout out to my boy Steven, because I'm sure he remembers this.
Thank you for saying his last name, because now I know how to say his last name.
Or Sabagquit, something around that. So
you're like, I don't even know how to say his
also
name.
A very dope last name, by the way. So I'm sitting in front of my boy Steven Sabagquit, and then he's sitting in front of this guy named James Van Ram. Mm-hmm. So...
Ramirez.
Yeah. No. James Van Ram. Okay. So what ends up happening is that this was literally the first test, the first math test that we've ever had in high school. And so I'm over here, I'm just doing my work, and then I end up finishing. Pause. And then Steven, he ends up finishing his work, and, you know, he's done. So James Van Ram, I believe he's like poking at Steven to try to get like some answers out of him, and Steven's just 1,000% ignoring him. But then the teacher notices, and the teacher thinks that not only is James Van Ram cheating, but he also thinks that Steven is cheating. So instead of taking just James Van Ram's quiz and putting an F or tearing it up, he takes both of their tests and tears them up in front of them. And I'm just like, bro, he wasn't even cheating. That's crazy.
What did Steven say?
Steven was fucking pissed. He's like, bro, I wasn't even cheating. I was ignoring him the whole time.
And what did James do?
And I mean, he was mad because he got caught cheating, but then I was looking at James. I was like, bro, that's fucked up. You need to go say something, bro.
If he didn't say anything, that's fucked up.
I forgot that part. I just remember it was such a traumatic moment because I was like, oh my God, like this teacher just went in and full on ripped both their fucking tests. That's nuts. But that wasn't the first time a teacher had fucked up a situation. Now, let me tell you about my embarrassing situation about life. It was in kindergarten. And I don't know, somewhere in the 90s, I think 1999 or some bullshit like that. Maybe even the year
after I was born.
All right. Well, 1999 or 2000. I graduated in 2007, so y'all could do the math from there. So you know
didn't graduate in 2007?
Yeah, 7-11. I graduated from middle school in 2007.
Oh, okay. You made it seem like you graduated high school in 2007.
No, I graduated middle school in 2007. So
yes, you should clarify that before people think you're a fucking like
weirdo
pedophile.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So in kindergarten class, we're all sitting in like a little kumbaya circle and whatnot. And I think we're like singing or doing math or something like that, somewhere within that realm. And so this is after recess. I tell the teacher, I'm like, hey, I got to use the restroom. And mind you, the restroom is literally just, all you got to do is open the door, and literally right outside is the restroom. And she tells me, she's like, Nico, you had a chance to use the restroom during recess. I'm like, but I didn't have to pee. What? Now I have to pee, so I'm letting you know. And this is me being a kindergartner recollecting my thoughts. I'm letting you know I got to go pee. No, sit down. We're still going to do work. All right. Literally 5 minutes later, my pants get hot. A puddle surfaces around me.
Ew.
And I believe it was my friend Jaylene. Shouts out to Jaylene, but she was like, ew. She's like, Nico went pee. And then I'm over here like getting so red, like, oh my God, this is so crazy.
That's so sad.
And then the teacher is looking at me like I did something wrong. And I'm over here like, duh. Of course you did something wrong. I told you I had to pee. Now you're left with a puddle in this room. I got wet pants. I got a red face. And I got Jaylene over here saying, ew.
The fact that you remember her name.
Yeah, shouts out to Jolene Gapal. Shouts out to Jolene Gapal.
Ew. That's hella funny.
Jolene, if you're watching this, I hope you remember.
That's sad, but it's also hella funny. Oh, it's okay.
That was literally the most embarrassing moment of my life.
It's okay.
It stemmed so early that literally anything else. That's why I have such tough skin, because I'm like, nothing else will triumph that in regards to embarrassment.
That's hella funny.
Yeah.
Shout out to us for having childhood trauma.
Oh, God. I mean,
just
not as bad as the trauma that a lot of other people are going through, but you know what I mean? That was just that. That happened in the Bay, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why'd you look at the clock? Do you want to stop?
No, it's okay.
Okay. We both have to be at a Dodgers game after this, actually.
Nico's DJing the Dodger game today. And
One more thing we could go through. So Jackie thought it'd be a good idea to go over a whole bunch of Bay Area terms. And we're going to see if Jackie's Bay Area term knowledge is up to par.
Yeah, because now that I've been with Nico for 2 years, 2 years, I think I've developed quite a bit of knowledge of Bay Area lingo.
So in my hand, I have 8 Bay Area terms that Jackie will decipher. Now, there's a whole bunch of Bay Area terms, especially a lot that come from like Vallejo and Oakland. I'm just going to use the terms that I use on a regular basis.
Okay.
Because there's a whole bunch of terms that I don't use. And here we go.
Okay.
All right. First word, slap.
Slap. That's when like something's good. That like music slaps. Like
okay, okay.
That shit slaps.
I was going to give you shit for just saying something's good. What do you mean something's good?
Well, no, because, yeah.
Yeah, music. I was about to give you shit until you said music. All right. Moded.
Moded means like you look you look dumb. Like, right?
Yeah.
You look dumb, or like you
what do you mean you look dumb?
Like you could tell, like, I don't know how to explain it. Moded is like, I don't even know how to explain it. I know what it means. Is like somebody does something wrong, or like you prove someone wrong, and like look at your dumb ass. Like you hella moded.
Exactly. You get another point for that. Good job, babe.
Thank
All
you.
right. Bop.
Bop. Bitch, you a bop. Bitch, you a bop.
Okay, first of all, that's not a Bay Area song, but it was inspired by a Bay Area song. But go explain.
Bop. like a bop. Okay, a bop means 2 different things to me.
Go ahead.
A bop can also mean like it's good, like that song's good, like that song's a bop. Or a bop in Bay Area terms, I think means like a girl who's like ratchet. I don't know.
Not ratchet. So a bop, yes, in some cases would be referred to as music.
Yes.
But in the Bay Area, a bop or a bopper is a loose girl.
That's mean.
Yeah, someone who because you bop your head.
Oh!
you bop your head. That's why.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh no.
That's where it comes from.
Oh no. Okay, next time.
Right.
I don't like that one.
Synonymously. What does fast mean?
Fast? Oh, I've heard that term before.
She's like, quick. 90 miles per hour.
Fast, like acting hella grown. Like you're acting like too grown for your age.
I think in Bay Area terms?
Oh, in Bay Area. Well, I know fast as like you're acting too grown for your age. Like she's fast. Like she's being too grown for her age. That's how I know it.
Okay, that's fair. So fast in Bay Area terms means you are quick to hop around everybody.
Oh.
So like if you say like, oh, like, yo, like don't really fuck with her or don't really fuck with him because they're fast.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like she a hoe.
She a hoe. She a bop.
He's a hoe.
Yeah.
Because men can also be hoes.
Yeah. Also, the bop thing could also float around with men. It's 2022, so we just need to clarify that. Okay. Gas fade.
What?
Gas fade.
Gas fade?
Yeah.
Like I have a feeling that has something to do with cars. It's like you're fucking like skidding out type of thing.
So if I were to also simplify it could just be fade.
Fade? Like catch a fade? Like
so
fade out, like what
fade in, fade out. So gas fade.
Can I get in a sentence?
All right, yeah, you can get in a sentence.
Get a sentence?
So, yo, like, can you drive me over to San Francisco? I'll fade in.
I'll pitch in.
I'll fade. Yeah,
like
I'll put in some fade.
Oh, okay. Like you're paying someone for a ride.
Yeah. So So yeah, like fade or gas fade, it's basically like you like putting in for like a ride.
So like grass, ass, or gas.
What?
Grass, ass, or gas. You either pay in weed, you either pay for the gas, or you hand over ass.
1,000%. There you go, babe. There you go. All right. Synonymously to driving, bust a bitch.
Bust a bitch. I didn't know before, but the when you first said like I'm about to bust a bitch, I'm like, excuse me? I was like in the passenger seat. I was like, what? But I later found out.
She's like, is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
Oh my god! I later found out that bust a bitch means a U-turn.
Yes.
But I didn't know that before.
Yeah, but you
so
also
imagine me starting to date this guy, and we're in the car alone. He goes, "I'm about to bust a bitch." I'm like, "Excuse me? Like, what the fuck?"
And mind you also have to say it with like the certain inflections. Like you can't say, "I'm about to bust a bitch." Actually, yeah, that's the inflection. Yeah, I'm about to bust a bitch.
Yeah, okay. I got that one.
All right, marinating.
You letting it sit, and like,
what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Can I get a sentence?
All right, so
I know the origin.
okay. So we're just by the poolside and we were marinating,
chilling.
Yeah, there we go.
Period.
Context clues. That one's good. That one's kind of easy, right?
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Honestly, marinating is something that I don't really be using too much. And the way my mom also did an alteration to marinating without her knowing. Hers is a vegetating.
Jesus Christ.
So my mom, she'll just be like, well, she won't say vegetating, but she'll use like, oh, I'm ready to like veg out. AKA like she's ready to just sit down on the couch and watch a whole bunch of Warrior games. So she's ready to veg.
Oh my gosh.
Which is kind of bad because you call people who are like on their deathbed who just can't, who are just helpless like vegetables.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So shout out to my mom for making vegetating one time for the one time.
Okay.
Speaking of moms, and this, I like how all of this just kind of flowed, right? I'm kind of just looking at this. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the last one. On my mama.
On my mama, like that's on my mama. Like I swear to God, like I put it on everything.
There we go. On my moms. On my mom. On my granddad. On grandmoms. On pops. Ooh. Well, that's her, not me.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I'm from the. I'm from the avenues. I'm from the avenues. I'm from 121 Ottawa Avenue. Yeah, try to look that address up. Some Chinese people have it now.
I'm sick.
Well, I think in regards to the ones that Jackie got, she was a good like 5 out of 8.
5 out of 8?
Yeah, 5 out of 8.
I thought I did good.
You got slap, you got moded, you got bust a bitch, you got marinating, you got on my mama. Yeah, you were a good 5 out of 8, babe. So congrats.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, Jackie's Bay Area lingo is definitely up there now.
Period.
Well, boys and girls, thank you so much for listening to the Mexipino podcast. Yeah, we're going to shoot up a couple more. We're not going to shoot up, but we're actually going to
hit up.
Oh God. We're actually going to post on our Instagram story like throughout the week and whenever you guys are listening, more questions so we can have more content to share with you guys on the podcast. So tap it on our Instagram. Oh, there's coffee stuck in my stomach. And I had to burp it out. Tap in on our Instagram at Mexipino Podcast and also our TikTok. Mine is NICO, aka Blitz.
Mine is I'm Jackie Ramirez.
Yes, and that's on all platforms for both of us and also the Mexipino Podcast. Yep. Thank you for listening, and thank you again for listening. My name is Nico Blitz.
I'm Jackie Ramirez, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yes, sir.
Adios.